Mashallah.
I like to say
Bismillah.
since we're Bismillah, as we are having the essence of a good time. So we are soaking in, we are devouring the presence of these beautiful ladies.
Red flag.
We moved from human
Devouring
trafficking,
the
now
presence.
we've gotten into
Devouring
cannibalism.
the present.
Hey.
Fikiria kenye umesema.
Perspective, my guys.
Also, it's a good precedent for the red flags.
Since people
Tayari
do
basi,
not,
wacha aanze.
people do not like, people are not as deep. But anyways,
Mi nimekuelewa.
to add on to that, we came from green flags.
Ngoja bwana. Big introduction.
Oh yes.
Hey. For that one new person who's come in this episode, we care about them. They need to know who is who.
Well,
My name is Giacomo Lemutiso.
Giacomo Lemutiso,
Kanene as usual.
Owen here. And last but not least,
My name is Wambui, but people call me Bubu.
at least now she's found out why she's called Bobo. She's not said like
I
the
don't
last
know
time we
why in
had
my
her
head I'm
here.
like Fui.
No.
Like everyone wearing is called Fui. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Tilafoi, Bobo.
Yeah.
Wambu.
Wambu.
Oh yeah, Wambo. Bobs.
Alafu akamenywa nywele Bob.
Akona kipara. Natumia plancha.
That's vile. That is just vile. Would you rather question first, Rafa?
Would you rather find your passion or the love of your life? Hey, you umefikiria. Nice. Napenda. Nimewanasa. Yes.
I'll go first.
Weh.
Finding the love of my life is one of my passions.
No. You
Nope.
High five.
Hey,
Yes.
mna cheat.
Because yeah.
Akili mtu wangu.
Now, the good thing about that is they have to answer.
They can't repeat.
They can't repeat.
Find my passion.
Why?
Because the love of my life is my passion.
Ni copy paste. Unaona na copy paste hata jina. Hata change. Exam, no change.
No, because
Animal msee amecancel.
anyway,
Ili hata si fax no printer, ili no printer fax.
ni ile tu unaambiwa copy lakini sikwe same. Sasa
Yego.
hapana. Because the love of my life is my passion, so I'd rather find my passion.
See how creative you are. I'm just sure we're about to put the same garbage that they have.
Must it have a why?
No, it depends.
Okay. Finding my passion.
You guys don't like love.
Watu wa Nairobi wako na issue na mapenzi.
Man,
See, lakini, what are you going? Surely, what am I going to do with love?
hey,
Na mapenzi.
hey. Soundbite. Wakayo kijua.
Actually,
Yo,
because
that's so
of what we all know the episode to be about, this episode is called What Are You Going to Do with Love?
Exactly. What are you going to do with love?
Ole Jacom. Jacom Ole Muti.
Just to stand out. I think I'll choose the love of my life. Just to stand out.
Uko single.
Hapana. Nishampata.
Anyways, guys, so clearly since we've been asked, what am I going to do with love?
Oh my God.
And we've come from the green flags and the things we'd like to experience at joining. What are some of the red flags? Because I hear my people, I could feel the vibrance vibrating through their hearts. They have a lot to get out of their chests.
You're
What
using
are the-
very, very interesting words.
Kama
Nielewa
HR
tu.
ako karibu ku
Niko unsafe.
What are some of the red flags you've experienced? And imagine tu, sijali. Yeah. What are some of the red flags, odd experiences, stuff you've heard about? Now here is where we put the, they say pedal to the metal. Is it the other way around?
The rubber is gonna hit the tarmac.
Hii hata raba imeisha. Imetoka leka harufu.
Kichwa yako iko wapi? Kichwa chako kiko wapi dadangu?
Mwalimu wa math.
Wewe ni mwalimu wa Kiswahili.
Mwalimu wa math.
Ujambo. Mgeni. Waambaje?
Do you feel biased because
Mgeni waambaje?
Yeah, I feel like my responses are gonna be very
but you know, you can change the narration that a HR is just a prefect at the workplace. So
that sounds bad.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Trust me. But yeah, you could be also.
Are you a prefect in the workplace?
Because that would be a red flag.
Yo.
Why are you attacking me?
She's a cop.
Actually
funga mdomo.
remembered. So
Nadrul.
one of let me give a story, a short story. So in one of my very many work experiences, because I went to an interview and I was told I've got commitment issues.
In an interview.
But I told you
I mean,
this.
you did say you wanted someone with a lot of emotional intelligence. Yes. So shut.
Hey.
You know
Wende,
what? Perfect story.
unajua ikifika hapo it's on
Perfect
site.
Yeah.
Hapo tunapigana because clearly I'm not getting this job, so might as well square up. Tunadu hey, ati outside ai ile chai ulikuwa umepewa asubuhi unamwagilia tu kama umetoka.
Commitment issues. That's
Yeah,
wild. Were you
I know.
dating this guy?
It was
Oh,
a
God.
babe. I
Ah.
was shocked.
Yo.
With her whole chest, she told me that. I was like, oh, okay.
But it's a natural thing. It's a fear most employers have that people can be flight risks.
Now, you see, the thing is, her statement had no basis because, I mean, we graduated via COVID. Who has been hiring time for COVID, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so in one of my very many job experiences, I fell sick. Okay, nearly fell sick kweli. I had dental problems.
Shida ya meno ni kali. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
in fact you were dying.
I really was. I could
Yeah.
not see. I could not hear from my right ear. It was bad.
For real.
Yeah.
The pain is
Shit,
It was-
man.
it
I've
was so
seen
bad.
grown people, both men and women, toothache is insane.
Yeah.
Check on a toothache.
Where?
Amwe bado uko commitment issues.
Nibaki kwa gun.
Yeah, so when I did, I communicated to like my boss, and then she started saying the way I fall sick too much because because I think it was a week or 2 weeks before that I had taken half the day off because of my periods. I could not walk, but yeah, I felt sick too much. So that motivated me to leave that job.
Wait, this was a lady telling you or a guy?
Yeah, a lady.
Si hadi mi nikaambiwa na madam mwingine kwa ofisi, the next time you plan on falling sick, please schedule it around work, and if you really have to go to the hospital, make sure you've carried your laptop so that while you're waiting on the line you do something small so that the project doesn't collapse. Me, I'm wondering, fever yangu inaonyesha niko 38.9. How do you expect me? Anyway, it's fine.
Yeah. So
A lady?
Our
That's
own.
gruesome.
yeah.
That's gruesome.
And then she started recommending
This is getting
Okay,
wild.
okay. Yako imegraduate.
I'm better now. No, I'm not. She started diagnosing me with
Miti shamba.
like you see the way there's like PCOS.
Yo.
I have chats.
Yo.
I'm waiting for one day. That woman, I must revenge.
Yo.
Yeah.
Heal. Jesus.
No,
Ew.
I am choosing violence.
hata mi naweza choose violence kuna vitu zingine
Yeah, that's just one of the very many examples
infractions.
of nonsense that she showed me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we start like that, we might better bring the Grand Canyon over here. I
Tomorrow's
don't
episode.
have, yeah. God damn, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. What, Konene, what red flags?
We mpaka nimesikia roho ina-
Yeah, she's sucked it out like she's.
Okay, I think I've had similar experience whereby, like me, my CV is long, like it's really long, and sometimes I try to omit some things, but they're kind of relevant to the job. So napata kuna places nilifanya kazi 4 weeks, 4 months, 6 months, and I need to include them. So nimeambiwa severally, even by people who are trying to help me in the recruitment process, that you look like a flight risk. And that's okay, because now I'm being, it's fine. Either way, everybody out there is looking for themselves.
Yeah.
Out for themselves. So, and you're not really here to stay with an employer. You're here to get a benefit, and then if you get a better benefit, move. So it's fine. Anyway, I think I have 3 that I usually like hate. Red flags, yeah?
niko na swali have you hold those 3? Is that a green flag or a red flag that a place has very many flight risks?
A person.
No, like a farm.
Oh, it's a red flag.
If I have, it depends.
Caveat: this is a place where people see it's a good stepping stone.
Then that means I can't see myself growing with the company.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with the company's
Yeah.
either mission, vision, goals, objectives, or whatever.
Even you, when you're looking for a job, don't you look for a place where you're going to grow?
Yeah, no, but that's the thing.
growth
Like
is
the
not
reason
tomorrow.
why there's a flight risk is because somebody sees the value that place brings. They're not okay with the culture.
Then that answers your question.
So is it a green flag or a red flag? Because it's a red flag, I guess, in the sense that the culture is not good. But I guess there's also the part of being a green flag because the upskilling that you'll get.
But by the time you're sitting down to convince yourself, acha tu nifanye hii job for 3 months as I look for something else, it means you don't believe in the company enough to stay for like 2 years.
It's like a halfway house. I'm only here up until I get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's half.
But I think most
Green,
people
half
usually move
red.
that, unless you work for NGOs. Anyone else working for normal companies, it's more of I'm here till I get something else. And then you reach 60, you're still waiting to get something else.
60. Yeah.
If we'll be alive,
True.
inshallah.
Bismillah.
Yeah. So my top 3 red flags.
Okay, laugh a
Does
lot,
that
I'm
listeners
sorry.
watashindo what is not happening?
Man.
Anyway,
Like Uniki.
one,
Yeah.
a workplace that makes it more of a competition between employees rather than it being a teamwork. I get the need for people to perform, but I don't get the need why it has to feel like your colleague is your enemy or is your competitor.
Is that a faction of the values of the company, or is that just a characteristic of capitalism?
There are companies that love people moving as a team. It makes things move better, faster, more organized, more projected, more everything. But then there are other companies that make it feel like you have to do better than the next person. Kwanza, it makes it worse because generally, I know of companies that say if as a woman you want to earn as good as him, you need to put extra work.
True.
Yeah. Or if as a man you want to earn as good as the woman, you need to go borrow points.
Are there companies that say that?
There are companies that want to feel
I don't think they'll say that,
like
but
they
they'll
want
show
to
you.
look like they are radical feminists. So they try uplift the girl child more than the boy child. Same way, some other, like both spectrums are usually here at play. Yeah. Number
Something about the pay question. There's something radical that this clinical psychologist called Jordan Peterson said. That one of the, because it's a multivariate assessment, it's not just one specific reason. One of the things that increases the pay gap is the fact that you'll find that ladies are more agreeable than gents. Do you agree with that?
Damn.
That's really true. In my side, like from my experience, yes.
I think so too.
Unaambiwa tu shake 30k or tu sawa tu.
I think it comes from, it's a culmination of the effects, of patriarchy.
Yes.
That is a huge part in it, because you're seeing it's this current generation or the last two generations that have defined equality or equity. Sorry, not equality.
Equity, yeah.
Equity for ladies to bring the change. Sorry, I think I keep on botching her name. Is it Chimamanda?
Yeah, it's Chimamanda.
Keeps on talking about how that I'll not even try the second one or the last one. How slow the change in improving the girl child's life is. So I think it's not that these ladies would not ask for more, and there are places where it happens, but it's not happening to the levels that it should be happening. So it's not that they're tentatively more agreeable, it's that they're still fighting like the benefits of proper feminism, because she's also spoken about radical feminism, haven't been even fulfilled if you look at the percentages. Because if you're still having the conversations where ladies need to work more to do this, or and remember, we're still experiencing a huge part of management still coming from that patriarchy society, because women weren't promoted as much. You don't have as much CEOs, and some of the places are trying to have female CEOs for whatsoever amount of reasons, which I can't speak. I'm not in management, so we're not having it be in a place where we are exactly at a position where we can now just look at the agreeability, if there's that, or the agreeableness. I don't know.
So
of such.
there's studies that have been done on these Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, and the thing is, they've achieved, because I think even the Prime Minister of Finland, I don't know if it's Finland or one of those countries, is a woman. Like them, is full female leadership. So they've achieved it. But something interesting happened. People naturally gravitated to those jobs that were gender stereotyped. So you find that there's an increase in the number of engineers and contractors who are men, and a reduction. Then you find there's an increase in the number of nurses who are female, and a reduction in the numbers of those who are men. So it's I guess it's something we can do some more research on and then figure out.
I remember the situation where a friend of mine was sharing. She realized that her colleague, same rank, same job, everything.
Sikuski. Oh, tunamsikia. Tunamsikia. Yeah.
So when she,
I can hear her.
Is it continuously?
Yeah.
Okay.
when she
So
brought it up
not a snip.
to the HR, the argument was the man does more than the lady in that he can stay late nights. The lady has to run home to take care of her family. The lady takes a lot of free days because maybe period pain or that nini, she falls ill or have to tend to children or school or something. But the man is always dedicated to be here in the office.
Yeah.
Because the other gender roles don't affect him. And in all fairness, it didn't make sense to me. It did kind of make sense whereby, yes, I get it, like a man can decide to stay up late because even security-wise, they can easily go home. But as a lady, ikifika saa tatu and I don't know how I'm getting home, I'll start freaking out.
I caveat. So, if I perceive something to be unfair, does that mean we should do something about it? Like me as that individual? Because that's the argument that they make is very objective.
Yeah.
And I think you also see it in the Big Four, especially when people are climbing ranks. The reason why the top management seems to be a lot of guys is because, man, you're pulling 15, 16 hours a day. And for the lady, maybe she decides that, okay, fine, I need a kid. A kid is more important. A husband is more important. She can't pull those 16 hours a day. And if she does, then that balance becomes insane to master even over a period of time. So this guy is putting in the hours. But I guess it's also not unfair to this it's unfair to this person. So just because it's unfair, does that mean we should correct that wrong? Especially given the nature of Sarah, you're not even on Truecaller. Am I supposed to pick your call?
I don't know how to do it, but I'd just say in all fairness, because we can't really argue by objectifying, make it less conspicuous when you're objectifying people at the workplace. Because if, for example, she never found out because this man bragged it to her, do you think she'd have a problem later?
Not really.
Exactly.
Agreeability.
Well, you spoke about objectively having the conversation. If it's objective, it's objective.
Yeah.
So it is unfair.
Yeah, it's unfair. That's the thing. Yeah.
Now, there's also
put on a helmet. Life is hard.
Yeah, there's also something that came recently to me, and the person who told me this would really have a swell time. There's this concept of relativism where, you know how I keep on making a lot of things sound that they're subjective because it's human nature. Different frameworks, different mindsets, different morals. We can almost make tentatively everything seem subjective because almost everything is a matter of perspective. I'm saying that because there are things that
it's not almost everything, it's everything.
Exactly.
There's no one common unifying factor amongst the human race.
Except the fact that we're born and that we'll die. Yeah. Which I think even philosophers can.
Yeah, they
can.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. So the idea is it falls back on a lot of things.
Because even the birth, some it's C-section, some it's natural.
So the gray that people keep on telling me I settle in. This is what, as a child, I struggled with. Like I said, at the juncture of the fact that you're trying to have an objective conversation, it's objective, it's unfair.
That's true.
Provided you both have the presence of mind and the mental will and depth to be able to realize that, hey, this is just not zeros and ones and whatever. It's just not as simple. And that's why we're talking about equity, not equality. And all these things come into play. So it's easier said than done, but yet again, it should be an easy conversation.
What will you do with love? A third red flag?
Wait, I said competition.
I
said,
I guess disparity, inequity, I guess, to some degree. The pay gap and
what was my third one?
I can
a place where lastly, I think this one just came up in my mind because I've thought about it because it's lunchtime, but their workplaces, colleagues don't know how to respect each other just because you're in the same ranking.
Hey. Don't. I know what you want to say. I know what you want to say. I know what you want to think of. Don't.
Like, yes, I get we're in the same ranking, but there's a professionalism that comes in the workplace that we all need to kind of practice. But then you find some people will leave it out of the door just because you're at the same level. So I'll say even the weirdest of the examples. For example, now if I leave my food on top here, when ujinga yako kuja uendelee kula hiyo chakula, because we're on the same ranking, you don't feel like I'll call you out for that behavior. Secondly, we're given a task and you decide, let Konene do it. We won't divide it. You'll be like, Konene knows how to type better, let her do it. Instead of having the teamwork to it. Or thirdly, Kierere enda nakimbia kwa HR, nimeingia late. Alafu yako next siku akiingia late,
ndio unakuwa umechelewa.
I've given just the simplest of examples, but they're more complex ones that maybe if I mention, the people will know. I just didn't want them to know. But I hate that the professionalism kind of just applies when there's a higher ranking to a person or when somebody is in a better position than you. But then you forget that even your colleagues need to be treated in a certain way, or there's a bit of practice that is the code of conduct that should be the norm in a work setup.
I think it's not just colleagues, just as what Kingsman says, manners make it man. even how you
Have any idea what that means?
Even people who are less,
Let me teach you a
you need to
lesson.
treat them well.
Yeah.
Kwanza people who just litter. Oh. Then you ask and they're like, the janitor is right there.
I think Conan had a lot of stuff to say. Yeah.
we can finish this episode, then we now get into just vibes and inshallah. Sindio? Yeah.
Any red flags for you?
Wacha tuingie vibes and inshallah.
Hapo utatoa red flags proper.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. We did not give a poll for this question. So what do you think the poll should be?
It's appalling that we did not give a poll to this question.
So, going from that, we can be crafty. Let's have it open-ended. Because we have no poll for this question, what appalling red flags have you experienced at your place of work?
Yeah. I have I've just thought about it because you kept on saying poll. Do you think that this is just like an out and out? Because I mean, it's also like a workplace of sorts. There are green flags in strip clubs and also red flags.
So good that is where you're going.
It's like I just think about, because like those are the people and they're like in a profession and stuff like that. And then you can find they also have those cases where mtu anakula chakula ya mwingine.
Mtu anakuibia clients. Hiyo ni red flag.
Hey.
Alafu kuna mtu ana step in when you're not in for the client.
Okay. I
Then
think
green flag.
we shall let our listeners answer this. We don't need
Oh
to
my
expose.
God.
We don't need to expose some of our inadequacies.
Unafanyanga nini usiku wewe?
Kulala tu.
Kulalia nini ndo swali.
You answered too quickly.
That said, sorry. Yeah.
Thanks.
Happy jazz hands.
Diwali.
Usingizi wa
But the Diwali is coming up still.
I hope so. The government is taxing everything. They could be taxing even that one and take it out of the
Wakorino have a whole circle.